Today we are shopping at Walmart for affordable seeds and look at the price, 50 cents. Can you beat that? No. So let's go. Welcome to Finding Joy in the Garden. Let's start here with the 4 o'clocks. These are flowers, some cantaloupe, carrots. Here are some onions. That's the Texas Grano 502. Some spinach, some cayenne peppers, good old cayenne peppers. They're a bit hot, but great for pepper flakes. Moving right along to some peppers. This is the early jalapeno pepper, the regular jalapeno pepper, the Hungarian yellow wax pepper, and the habanero pepper, hot. This is another jalapeno pepper. This is a mild jalapeno pepper called the Tam jalapeno. There are some summer squashes and corn. Here is a purple tomatillo, the tomatillo morada. Some tomatoes, the Gardener's Delight, and the Rio Grande tomato. Now here's a very gorgeous flower, the Royal Carpet Alyssum, an aster, and calendula. This is the Pacific Beauty calendula. This is a dahlia mix. And they had a great selection of marigolds. This one here was the Champion marigold. And then this was a very interesting looking one, the Jolly Jester. Isn't that pretty? Really nice. Now a Tithonia. This is the Mexican sunflower, also called Tithonia. Some nasturtiums. This is the Alaska nasturtium. Now they had quite a few sunflowers. As you can see here, this is a white sunflower, the Italian white sunflower, but they had the regular yellow sunflowers, the yellow sunflower. They had orange ones. They had different mixes. This is the orange mahogany sunflower, and this is a mix. It's the border mix sunflower. No, oops, I dropped one. This is the red sunflower. Say that 6 times fast. The red sunflower, and a basil. This is the spicy globe basil, and some beans, the black turtle bean. Some beets, early Wander tall top beets. Now all this, remember, 50 cents. Now I moved to a different aisle and they had some more flowers. This is the Chinese lantern flower, a Cosmo, some delphinium, some gourds over there. So it really depends on what you want, but I think they had a great selection for 50 cents. Hollyhocks, larkspur. Isn't that gorgeous? Larkspur. Now here we have some lupin, morning glory, some more morning glory. I don't plant those. Phlox, that's the beauty dwarf mix, and moss rose. These are snapdragons, the dwarf magic carpet mixed colors. Snapdragons grows to 6 inches. Beautiful. Sunflowers, so many different sunflowers to pick from, all 50 cents a pack. And some sweet peas. Look at that. Early gigante sweet pea. Zinnias, that's the candy cane zinnia, which is one of the first flowers I ever grew. Some beans, that's the contender bush bean. And the Blue Lake 156. More zinnias everywhere, and asparagus seeds. So a great selection of seeds. They had some beets, some broccoli, pumpkins, and cucumbers. This I didn't expect, the lemon cucumber. It's a fancy cucumber. Okay, Walmart. Fancy cucumbers for 50 cents. And cucumbers, that's the white spine cucumber and the Louisiana green velvet okra. Stop dropping stuff, lady. Get it together. Some peas, More peppers. This is the mild jalapeno pepper. And radishes, the sparkler white top radish, winter squash. You can get a whole garden of seeds from here. Sweet corn, called double sweet because it's doubly sweet. I'm presuming. I just made that up. I don't know. And some turnips, the purple top white globe turnip. Now that was fun, but now let me show you the seeds I selected to take home with me. Starting with the Snapdragon. Now we get to see it up close and personal. This is the Dwarf Magic Carpet Mixed Colors. And if I remember correctly, because I already opened it, I was going to plant it, but haven't done it yet. But it is, let's see, where's the height? 6 inches. So it's a shorter one, which is why I got it. I wanted a dwarf Snapdragon so I can put it in the borders of my garden bed. So this says spikes of tubular flowers in soft shades of yellow, orange, pink, and white bloom on compact spreading plants. And I really would love the white. I have grown very fond of white flowers, so I would love to plant a lot of these. And if I can get the white, save seeds from that, and just, can you imagine a border of just white snapdragons? That would be delicious. Also, I could put this white close to my purple snapdragon, which is the Black Prince snapdragon. They would just go beautifully. So this is the Dwarf Magic Carpet Mixed Colors Snapdragon. Next up, the Moss Rose Portulaca Mixed Colors. And this one is also very short. I opened it, but haven't planted it yet. This is 4 to 6 inches. It says beautifully ruffed rose-like blooms in vivid mix of glowing colors cover dwarf spreading plants that are extremely tough. I've heard that about it. A kind seasoned gardener left a comment on my video, one of my videos, when I asked about the moss rose, and she said, I'm presuming it's a she said that she's grown this for 25 years, and I was already sold. So thank you so much for leaving that comment. It was extremely helpful. So I got another pack of seeds because I want to plant this in a couple of places. So isn't it pretty? Portulaca mixed color. I got the purple tomatillo. I've never grown tomatillos, and I'm not sure I'm going to grow it this year, but just in case I decided to, I wanted to get seeds because, as you can see, they are 50 cents. Why not? And this is the purple tomatillo, or tomatillo morada. And I know you have to have at least 2 plants for not for germination, for pollination. But I may decide to plant it this year. I may not. I already have a lot on my hands, but I didn't want to miss out on the seeds. So tomatillo. And then I got a couple of sunflowers. I'm hoping to grow a couple this year, and I have to find some way to keep them away from my rabbits that love to devour things in my garden. But look at this mix. This looks like the teddy bear sunflower, right? They are so pretty. And I'm glad it's a mix. It looks like it's a shorter. Whenever I see a border mix, I presume it's going to be short, but let's see what they say. If you call 6 to 8 feet short, nah, it's not short, but there are taller sunflowers. So it's a mix of sunflowers, colorful, easy to grow sunflowers that paint your garden with shades of mahogany, orange, ivory, gold, and yellow, even bicolors. So they actually have the names of the sunflowers in the mix, and that's very nice. How kind of you. So it has 25% vanilla ice, 25% autumn beauty, 25% lemon queen, and 25% evening sun. And I don't have any of these sunflowers, so that's a great one for me. Sunflowers. And this one here is the Italian white. Look at that. It looks like a sun, doesn't it? With the halo and everything. That's so pretty. And this one grows about 5 feet. I would love to grow a white sunflower. Didn't I just say something about white flowers? There's something about them. Moving on, I got some more dahlia seeds. This is a dwarf mixed colors. And this may be easier for me to put in a container and maybe put some chicken wire around it so that the deer will leave it alone. I would love to have dahlias this year. Never grown them before, but I've seen pictures of them and I am enchanted. So let's see, this one grows to be 24 inches, so that's 2 feet, not bad. see, it says it boasts a blend of gorgeous shades of bronze, salmon, apricot, orange, scarlet, crimson, yellow, and lavender flowers. Flowers bloom in the first year and add a lovely spot of color in the late summer garden. They're also heat resistant. We need that because I'm gardening in zone 8A in Georgia. We get some heat. So, dahlias. I got the delphinium, another thing I've never grown. If you have tips on growing delphinium, please leave them in the comment section. This one, I didn't realize how tall it would get. This is the Pacific Giants mixed colors. You see giants, that should have been a clue. But it grows to be about 4 to 6 feet, and it may need staking, which I was not, which I was not ready for it, but I think I may still plant them. I believe they are perennials. Yes, they are. So Delphinium Pacific Giants are tall, bold perennials that feature beautiful blossoms in a mix of regal colors. The large, showy blossoms are densely packed on erect spines. Great as tall borders in sunny gardens. Be sure to stake the plants to protect them from the wind. Yeah, so I think I'll still plant them. They're very, very pretty. I think these flowers were some of the flowers I saw in a garden when I was driving by. I was going to the grocery store and I saw these flowers in the garden and I slowed down a bit. There was no one behind me. I had to slow down to just stare. Does anyone else do that? Like just rubberneck when you see a beautiful garden? I do that all the time. I'm trying to look into the back of your house to see if you have a garden in the back and wonder what you're growing. If you do that, let me know in the comment section. I like to know that I am not alone in this. But I think this is one of the flowers I saw and I was like, what is this? I need to grow something like this. So I think I will be trying it this year. These are beautiful. And if this is deer resistant or rabbit resistant, let me know as well in the comment section. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna have to grow it. Now this I have grown before. I bought seeds, I believe, from Baker Creek, but I couldn't pass up on this price here. Look at this. Pacific Beauty not sunflowers. These are not sunflowers. These are calendula. Pacific Beauty calendula for 50 cents. And look at these. Last year I grew my calendula, but I believe I was overwhelmed by the number of flowers I grew last year and I didn't have my beds ready. I wasn't ready. So the spot where I put this one was not great and it didn't do well. So this year shall be the year of redemption. Let's see, this one grows to be about 24 inches or 2 feet. I had to get the nasturtium. I really want to grow nasturtiums this year. I did dabble in them last year a little bit, but I didn't do a very good job of them. But I think they're absolutely beautiful. And I wanted a trailing nasturtium, which I really hope this one is. And what struck me about this one is the leaves are variegated. So even if it doesn't have flowers on it, it should be a pretty sight in the garden. So this one's says Alaska nasturtiums have green and white marbled leaves that contrast nicely with its bright 2-inch yellow, orange, and crimson blossoms. The leaves and flowers of this plant are edible and have the peppery taste of watercress. So, yeah, I need to plant this and I need to taste it too. So the plant height is 16 to 18 inches. So, we shall see. But this looks really beautiful. I got this pepper, the Tam jalapeno pepper, because it's supposed to be more of a heatless or mild jalapeno. And it says it has the traditional jalapeno flavor without the heat. So not as large as the standard jalapeno, and it turns to red when mature. So if you're one who likes peppers but doesn't like the heat, this would be great for you. I actually love the heat. But I am looking for more snacking peppers in the garden, and I was just wondering if this might be one I would like to just snack on in the garden, so I would like to try it. Tithonia, have you ever grown this? I grew it last year, but once again, this is one of the flowers that fell by the wayside and got a really bad part of the garden that was on horrendous soil, hardly ever watered, but still, she did not die. She still gave me some flowers. So I want to treat her nicely this year. We're going to grow the Mexican sunflower again this year, and we are going to treat her nicely because these flowers are way too gorgeous not to have. Okay? Mexican sunflower or Tithonia, and it grows pretty tall, 5 to 6 feet. Mine was malnourished, didn't get to that height. On to my favorite basil. This is the Spicy Glow basil. I didn't know they would have them. I expected more of a basic selection of fruits and flowers and herbs because it was a 50 cents selection. But this is the Spicy Glow basil. If you've never grown this before, I highly recommend it. Try it. It doesn't grow tall. It's really compact. It grows into a little ball-like shape. You can keep harvesting from it. And if you want to save seeds, it will make you a ton of seeds. But if you don't want the seeds, you can just keep cutting it back and it will just get bigger and bigger, a bigger ball. It's really tasty. The leaves are really small, but they pack a punch. Each little leaf here packs a ton of flavor. So if you like basil, try this one. You will not be disappointed. I grow this every single year. So seeds height says 12 inches. Yeah, about that. That's how tall they grow. Moving on, I got some larkspur. This is the Giant Imperial mixed colors. Look at that. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. And since it's the mix, I really like, of course, you can guess it, the white one, but the pink, they're all very beautiful. Oh my goodness. Let's see, it grows to about 3 to 4 feet. And it says majestic tall stems dazzle with eye-catching beauty. Airy spikes feature dozens of large flowers in a soft mix of pinks, roses, purples, and whites. Let's see. And I also got some phlox. Don't they just look similar? The colors, look at that. And this is a beauty dwarf mixed colors. Phlox, I've never grown that either. My goodness, so many new flowers for me this year. But it says elegant clusters of single blossoms feature a wide variety of rich, subtle colors. Full-size blossoms grace compact plants with their showy beauty. Grows to 8 to 10 inches. And this sweet pea, this is the Early Gigante sweet pea. And it says large clusters of fragrant, delicately ruffled flowers bloom extra early in this improved version of an old-fashioned favorite. Grows to 24 to 30 inches. Sweet peas, I actually didn't want to grow because I thought that like the regular pea, they would be devoured by rabbits. But it seems like it's rabbit and deer resistant. So I will give it a try this year, the sweet pea, and see what it's all about. I hear that it's really fragrant, the smell is delicious, and it's pretty. So I would love to grow this in my garden. So if the deer and rabbits will let me, I would say thank you. Thank you, vermin. Thank you. Now, this is not a 50-cent seed. I just wanted to show you. You can get other seeds from Walmart, but the price difference, so this is 50 cents. And this one here is $1.96, which is about what you get for the other seeds that I found at Walmart. I did get this one because it was a dwarf zinnia. Let's see, I think the height, yes, 12 inches, which is 1 foot. So I had to get it. So the pinwheel, mixed colors, but there are loads of zinnias that you could get from the 50-cent selection if you wanted it. Thank you so much for shopping with me and joining me in the garden in my home today. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more. If you are interested in other affordable seeds, click here or click on this playlist for other seed hauls. And until next time, may you always find joy in your garden and your life. Bye, garden friend.